Well, are they progress or just big boxes of trouble for older neighborhoods near U of A? We're talking about mini dorms, private rentals that may put dozens of students under one roof in residential neighborhoods. A developer just knocked down a 100-year-old house to make way for a 32-bed mini dorm. This is in a neighborhood just south of U of A. Craig Smith is live in our newsroom with more on how this case shows a dispute that's hitting neighborhoods all around the university. Craig.
Stella, U of A is working to expand enrollment, and that's expanding incentives for companies to build private dorms, large and small. Now, homeowners who want to keep their neighborhoods quiet are dealing with dorms full of often rowdy students and worrying about more on the way. This is what's left of adobe walls standing since 1897. Later, the house was home to Clara Lee Tanner, a prominent U of A expert on Native American art. Now it's making way for a 32-bed mini dorm. Nancy Regans worked to make her house a quiet oasis. She already has one mini dorm across the street and says pleading for peace from wild parties got her nowhere.
I finally, at 2 o'clock in the morning, with my bathrobe on, ran out and said, "This has got to stop." And they looked at me and said, "Well, you live by the university. What do you expect?"
Developer Jared Reedhead disputes whether old equals historic. He says because of neighborhood concerns, he redesigned the dorm to put parking in the back and reduce noise. If a place gets too rowdy, police can slap it with a red tag that threatens stiff fines for a second offense. Reedhead says he tells tenants if they get a second offense, he'll evict them.
I've been doing this 8 years. I've had over 3,000 tenants. I've never had one property get 2 red tags in the same lease period.
Ward 6 Councilmember Steve Kozachik says mini dorms are turning university neighborhoods into rowdy zones of student renters with no stake in preserving those neighborhoods.
It's losing the character, it's losing the context, and it's losing the quality of life.
Now, the TPD division that includes U of A had 79 red tag violations just since this year began. That's actually an improvement from last year, which had 91 through the same period. Now, city officials say they have limited ability to use zoning to restrict mini dorms because voters restricted the government's ability to tell you what you can or can't do with your land. Stella, Guy.
Thank you very much, Craig.